Hi, my name is Roberto Perez, and my presentation is going to be on the use of catalytic converters. To start off, I'm going to talk about a little on why they are needed in today's world. Well, the catalytic converter was created because internal combustion engines such as gas and diesel-powered vehicles, tractors, and everything in between, they run off of petroleum-based products. These are formed by ancient organisms that form the hydrocarbons after millions of years being in the ground, and this makes oil and gas. This creates fuel, and then that fuel is burnt by the engine. As the fuel burns the engine, it creates byproducts in the form of gases. And unfortunately, this creates byproducts such as VOCs and other toxic gases that are released into the environment. It's been known for many years after the creation of the automobile that the gases coming off of the exhaust were toxic and bad for the environment and for people, such as the carbon monoxide coming out of exhaust that in situations would actually kill people if they inhaled too much. That's why in the 1950s, Eugene Houndry, he began research to create a filter of sorts to make the exhaust coming out of the internal combustion engines cleaner and less toxic. The first production catalytic converter would end up being made in 1973 and would then be made for use on all automobiles. So now, how exactly does the catalytic converter work? How does it convert toxic gases into cleaner gases for the environment? Well, the chemical process of it starts off by the exhaust flowing from the engine down the exhaust until it eventually hits the one, or in some cars, multiple catalytic converters. It flows into the converter, and inside of the catalytic converter is it's like a honeycomb shaped, it's a catalyst that's made out of palladium, platinum, and rhodium. These precious metals inside of the honeycomb create a combination of redox and oxidation reactions. In the converter, the honeycomb, it separates and reduces the nitrogen oxides into nitrogen and oxygen atoms. The nitrogen atoms, they form together and then they exit out the converter, out the exhaust, into the atmosphere. Then the second step of the process is oxidation. In the oxidation step, the platinum and palladium, they reduce the carbon monoxide and the unburned hydrocarbons to react with the oxygen created in order to create a less harmful carbon dioxide. So the end result with a catalytic converter is that much of the harmful chemicals that used to be expelled onto the atmosphere are no longer an issue. But, as with everything, there are still some issues that plague the catalytic converters. One issue that they have is through the conversion of the gases into carbon dioxide. While it is less toxic than carbon monoxide and the VOCs that would come out of it, it still has led to a large increase in atmospheric levels of carbon dioxide. Another issue that really plagues catalytic converters is that because of the precious metals inside of them, they are expensive to replace if they ever get worn out. They're very pricey, and also because they're pricey, they're a common target for theft. A lot of times in the night, people go underneath with a sawzall, cut them off, and then they sell it to make money. And in towns such as San Antonio, that's a big issue.